Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Commodity TV and a new edition of our online interview series. We are really happy and want to talk for an update about with Meridian Mining. And just before we start, I want to say, as usual, that this program was paid for and is on behalf of Meridian Mining for disclosure reasons. So let's get started. Gilbert Clark, the CEO, is here with us. Gilbert, hi. How are you? Good
Hi,
to see you.
very good to be back on the show again and looking very well. Good summer.
Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah, oh, summer, yeah, it's fall already, but we had the -1 here today, so really cold.
No.
Anyhow, I must say your company is doing extremely well. You guys really delivered, and that's not normal, but as we know that in the mining space. But your stock is now over 100% up since we first started. I think we were like 50 cents or something, and you are now $1.18, $1.20, which is terrific delivery, I would say. But you are also in very elephant territory, prospective territory, and that's what we want to talk about because you would become the next mine in Brazil, is my feeling, to be honest. And so from that side, let's start with your terrific drill results you brought out at Santa Helena. So you must be happy.
So yeah, we really are very happy, and just on the value growth of the company over the last 2 years, we've done a lot of counter cycle investment, which is drilling resources, permitting, environmental studies, and now we're seeing that the search for near-term developers of copper and gold is exactly where Meridian sits, and actually since the start of the year we're up nearly 300%, and that's only a small fraction of the value. And part of that value creation recently has been the very prospective high-grade infill drill results at the Santa Helena deposit. We really focus on drilling out resources and reserves. That's key to any mining company, and that's why, say at Cabaçal, we're at 89% of our reserve is in the proven category, and we want to drill out St. Helena and make sure we get that reserve category in the years to come. So that was a really great result for us. Lots of high grade copper, gold, silver, and zinc. This project's only some 10 kilometers from Cabaçal, but we see tremendous exploration and resource development upside at St. Helena. And that's one of the reasons why we made the decision at the start of the year to actually permit St. Helena as a second production hub. We it may be just an open pit, but if it continues to grow and near mine exploration upside and resource upside is realized, well, then we're already pre-permitted as a second producing hub. And that's so typical of these very productive and lucrative VMS belts.
Super. It would be a satellite then for Cabaçal, right? You could use that plant.
We've got the possibility of actually trucking it up to Cabaçal, or we've got to a second satellite production hub, which is, as when you look at these VMS belts, they've always got multiple producing hubs that go for decades and decades.
Yeah, absolutely. So what I found also interesting is not only that you had those terrific drill results like 7.1% copper equivalent, 4.67 again, 5.9% copper equivalent, which is all associated with gold and the copper. But what was also, it looks like that you guys found, I could say a new gold frontier here, right?
Yeah, no,
At Aquapay.
The Aquapay, that's a very exciting prospect for us. The Aquapay, there's a mine to the west of us being mined by Aura Minerals, and it's a very productive horizon. We could see some anomalous mineralization, and we actually found the contact between this younger sediment, the Aquapay, on the Cabaçal VMS belt, and we channel sampled, and we had assays going up to 1.5 grams gold just in this one little area that we found. So essentially what we've done for our shareholders, and it's through the very highly skilled geologists in the field, is a whole new gold exploration portfolio has opened up to the east of St. Helena. And that's also one of the reasons where we looked at that, having it permitted as a St. Helena being permitted as a second hub. We've not just permitted it for a flotation gravity circuit like at Cabaçal. We've also permitted for a CIL plant, which is the typical processing plant for free milling gold. So that's very interesting for us. It's a whole new exploration portfolio of rocks for us to
Hmm.
explore, and it
Wow.
really, yeah, it was very exciting for us because we always knew that the Cabaçal Belt is one of the, which I think is without doubt the going to be one of the most exciting
Hmm.
resource and exploration plays in the years to
Hmm.
come. But now we've got a whole new of area to explore for gold mineralization. So we're very excited about that potential.
Fantastic. And also, I saw Santa Helena North. You gave an update there. That looks like this is something, yeah, more far new, of course, because I don't see any dots here really that there has been
Yeah.
something drilled.
So yeah, so the north of St Helena, we've been very successful with IP, inverse polarization,
Hmm.
geophysical techniques, and what we're interpreting to the north of St Helena is it's been folded. So we've got
Hmm.
the same mine sequence of rocks folded and brought to the surface to the north of us, and we've still got an area there to actually survey, and all of that's undercover, so we haven't got any soil anomaly up there, but it's looking quite prospective. We put one hole into it just to test the theory. It came back with sulfides, which is what you want to see. So there's an additional, more rocks, more potential resources to be defined just to the
Hmm.
north of St Helena. So again, that's why we made the decision at the start of the year. Let's
Hmm.
just not permit this as an open pit because this is all
Hmm.
shallow mineralization. Let's permit this as a new second operational hub for the company.
Okay, super. So that is maybe a little bit more in the time frame later then, I would guess. So let's move to Cabaçal because you are, yeah, doing your definitive feasibility drill program because you are doing the definitive feasibility study. How is it going there? Because that would be yeah, the way fast to production, right?
Absolutely. And the DFS is well advanced. We're wrapping up the metallurgical studies now. The drilling's all but completed. The results been very interesting for us. It's got some of the most superior economics of any project in the world today, and
Hmm.
we've got such robust commodity prices.
Hmm.
Look, I think if we look at today's long-term consensus, let's not look at the spot price. I think the
Hmm.
MPV grows to over 1.3 billion USD post-tax with an IRR approaching 90%. These are tremendous numbers. But at the same time, what we want to prove with the DFS is Cabaçal does not need fantastic commodity prices to be
Hmm.
highly profitable. We
Yep.
actually work in the down cycle also, which is very important when you look at the future. But I see at the moment we're in a tremendous gold market. I think we're going to see that continue into 2026, and
Hmm.
my view on copper for 2026 is very bullish. I think it's going to hit
Yeah, me
above
too.
$11,000 a ton.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I see it the same way, and I think it's not only 2026. Those are the next years to come, maybe
Mm.
decades, because we are at a complete turning point with the metals, and also copper is, yeah, moving into a long-term deficit here because there are no new mines, right? That's the major
Yeah,
problem. Yeah.
no, the copper market's very interesting, and I think the Cabaçal we're going to bring into the market. We will never produce the volume of copper concentrate or copper, gold, silver concentrates like, say, a giant porphyry, nor do we
Hmm.
have the billions upon billions of dollars of capex. But
Hmm.
what Cabaçal is going to produce is probably the best blending copper concentrate come onto the market that will go for over a decade. And
Hmm.
that's something that all the smelters want. They want blending material. They want clean, high grade
Hmm.
concentrates with, our concentrate can go anywhere from 18 to 50 grams gold, between
Hmm.
4 to 5 ounces of silver, can grade up to 29% copper, and yet it's got no detrimental or deleterious mineralogy. It's very clean. So
Hmm.
for
Hmm.
the smelters who want clean concentrates for the acid, uh, that's one of the things keeping the smelters alive at the moment is the acid
Hmm.
generation from the smelter. We have got the concentrate for that, and it's highly desirable. We've got a lot of
Hmm.
interest from all of the groups across the world for this product.
Fantastic. Also, there was something in your news release, the Cabaçal purchase agreement update. Can you maybe give us an idea what that means? Because it looks like those are some, yeah, concessions which or licenses which
Uh,
were missing a bit and which is helping now, right?
oh yeah, it's been an incredibly exciting time. So we had the title. We went through the process of title transfer. We have a team in Brazil that's incredibly experienced of operating, building, expanding mines in Brazil, but also the administration of mining title in Brazil. So we actually our two main assets, the St. Helena license and the Cabaçal miners, they've been now transferred into Meridian subsidiary. We're the title holder there. We're very excited about how that creates the bricks and mortar of tremendous value creation for the future. Because we're going into project financing, we're getting that all structured. We actually, I think you saw recently that David Halkiard had joined the company. He's now interim CFO. He's doing a wonderful job. So it's just not always, the geologists and the engineers that mining companies look at. You now have to have the specialist financial groups coming into the administration, into the executive to bring their skills, so we get the lowest cost of capital project financing. We'll be an
Fantastic.
FID by Q4 next year.
Okay, super. How much money do you think you finally need to build that whole thing? Just
Well,
guessing a little bit. I mean, you have some data already, but we wait for the definitive feasibility.
yeah, look, I don't expect it to change. The CapEx
Yeah.
is $250 million USD, including a contingency. We did a raising just some few weeks ago. We raised over 50 million Canadian or 50 million Canadian dollars. It was over 2 times subscribed, and it was all from existing shareholders, specialty funds, long-only funds, generalist funds. And it was done at a premium to market, no warrant, and it was still 2 times oversubscribed. But that really gives an idea that Meridian is now very well financed, fully financed to FID. We're in a great position where we don't have to go back to the market to complete milestones. Our milestones are now financed, and it's at a very attractive equity. We talked briefly about where the valuation of the company is today. At the long-term consensus prices, I think we're trading at about 0.221 or 0.21 to NAV. That's a great opportunity for investors to grow their investment. But what we're focused on is the execution of the project. The market will create value or value our results. And I think to date, we've seen that initial value increase some 300% since January this year. But there's a tremendous amount of work to be done, and we'll let the market value the company. We're just going to focus on getting the job done.
Yeah, absolutely. That's the most important thing, definitely.
Yeah.
So last question, what do you want to achieve? What is the most important thing until Christmas? Aside a gold price above 4,000.
I'm looking forward to putting out that first resource for St. Helena. That's very key for us to show that there's a resource growing there. Look, if you're a mining executive with any salt, you want 0 LTI until the end of the year and 0 LTIs and through all of next year. And I think we're over a year now with any lost time through injury, LTIs. So at the end of the day, safety is key. So what I want to see for the rest of the year, growth for my shareholders, of course, but zero incident at the mine site, 0 LTIs.
Fantastic. Super. Hey, thank you very much, Gilbert. That looks all terrific. And I must say, I just did a little chart analysis before we started to talk. And I must say, at 150 to 175, you have a major breakout in the chart. And the next target would be $3.
Yeah,
I like it.
absolutely. It is without doubt the most exciting copper gold project in South America.
Yeah.
And we are in, I think, is one of the best jurisdictions for stability and economic growth being in Brazil.
Super. Fantastic. Super. Thank you very much. All the best. We talk soon. Thank
Thanks.
you.
Ciao.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that was Gilbert Clark, the CEO of Meridian Mining. And you heard it, as he said, best jurisdiction is Brazil by now for him also. And of course, with that project, I have no doubt that this is a no-brainer. And to be honest, 250, let's call it $300 million. This is nothing for such a fantastic project. And I can imagine that the people who want to throw money at the company are queuing already. And this is really what I like, because this is a project which will go in production. I'm pretty sure. And copper, gold, silver, those are the metals of the top favor of today, but also for the next decade. So check out Meridian Mining. Thanks for watching us, and bye-bye from Switzerland.